friends, today what we are going to do is we are going to draw a polar bear. Okay, so let's see the supplies that we need. We need watercolor, we need crayons, we need half a paper, um, and then I also have my whiteboard to practice draw. Because we are using watercolor, we need some water, and then I have my pencil, and that's all supplies that we need for today. Okay, so let's see how we are going to draw this polar bear. So we are going to place the paper in the portrait style. So we are going to place the whiteboard also in the portrait style when we practice draw. First thing that we're going to draw is, this is a polar bear. Like we are drawing the polar bear looking at us, like straight at us. It's like not a front profile that we are drawing, not a side. Okay, so this lesson I saw another art teacher, her name is Stacy, she do it, so I thought I would do this with you guys. Okay, so let's see how we do this. On the bottom of the paper, I'm going to use two of my fingers, and then that is okay, but this is bigger, so maybe I'll use 3 here, but on the paper I use two finger space. Here I'm going to use 3 finger space. This is the other, we are going to draw the legs first. Okay, so, and there is some space on this side, and then there is some space on this side. I'm going to, this is the 3 finger space. I'm going to make a arch or a rainbow. The same thing here. Okay, then I'm going to make 2 curvy lines inside. Got that? I think I'll make it this a little bit more bigger on this one, otherwise 2 rainbows and 2 curvy lines. Okay, maybe I'll just leave 2 finger space on either side, and then all the space that I have, I'm going to use that to make the rainbow. Then what I'm going to do next is, I'm going to start from here. I'm going to go all the way to the top of my paper. I'm going to leave like 5 finger space on top. The entire hand, I'm going to put it like that and put like this. And then I'm going to make a big rainbow. This time starting from here and ending here. So before we draw this freehand, I'm going to practice draw this with my fingers first. With the hand that I use for drawing, I'm going to practice draw this like at least 3 times. Okay, now my brain know how big this should be, and it should be passing through the dot that we made on top. Got that? Now what we're going to do is we're going to draw the head. Head, what shape is the head? It's like a circle shaped, right? Or so I'm going to, you can either use a lid to draw the circle like this, or you can just draw this freehand. I'm going to draw this freehand. It doesn't have to be an exact circle. Now I'm going to draw the ears. Ears are on the, not on top, but a little bit to the side, but not on the side. Okay, keep that in mind. I'm going to put another sit. Okay, this one is small. I'm going to try and make both the things same size. Okay, now let's see what we need to do next. We're going to draw maybe upside down U like that. Okay, and then I'm going to connect it with a U here on the bottom. And to draw a horizontal, small horizontal line, connect it with a V. This is the, and then on either side of this, I'm going to add eyes. If you want, you can add a mouth like that. Okay, and then here I'm going to make a curvy line like that. So it's like a big fat big fat polar bear walking towards you. You're not seeing the other parts of the bear. Maybe you can see a little bit of his tail in the back or not. It's up to you if you want to add that, or you can't see it. Maybe let's pretend that we can't see anything else. I'm going to draw a curvy line to make it look like he's on the ground. Okay, so this is the horizon line, a curvy line like that. So this is the only thing that needs to be done for the drawing. So if you think you are ready to draw this on the paper, let's take the paper and draw the rest on the paper. But if you think you need to practice draw this one more time before you draw this on the paper, go ahead, practice draw this. Okay, I have my paper here. Now let's find how much space we need to. I'm going to leave like 2 finger space on either side. Okay, and then I'm going to make a almost the same size, maybe 3 fingers. I'm going to put 3 fingers like this for the pose from here to here, 3 fingers. So this much space is enough for the middle portion. Okay, now I'm going to make so the paper is in the portrait style. I made the markings. Now I'm going to make the rainbow. Okay, now this is going to, I'm going to leave like 3 finger space on top. I'm going to make a mark here, and then I need to make a rainbow touching this and coming all the way down like that. So I need to practice draw this a few times before I draw this with the pencil. So maybe this part we can make it a little bit a curvy. You can start with a curvy line like that, and then you can go like that. So that also helps to make the big upside down U. Right, now I'm going to make the head. I'm going to put the head around here. So you can either draw this with something like that, or you can draw this freehand. So I'm going to draw this freehand. If you want to use a lid to draw this, you guys can do that. So I'm going to draw this freehand. Okay, so I have the circle for the head. Now I'm going to draw the ears. Ears should be the same size, not like how I drew the first time, one big and one small. So I'm going to try and make this both the same size. Now let's draw this part, the snout. So I'm going to start with a curvy, a horizontal line, and here I'm going to make it a little bit bigger here, like a smile line like that. I'm going to connect it. Last time I showed you guys how to make a U, upside down U, and connect it with another big U, right? You can do it that way also if you want, but beginner too dark like me. Okay, so now I'm going to make the nose. Okay, now his eyes. So now next thing that we need to do is we need to make a small rainbow connecting this and this, right? So then the drawing part is done. So now let's take the black crayon and then outline all this. Okay, so I'm going to use the permanent marker to outline this. You guys are going to use the crayon, black crayon. I'm going to maybe start with the head. When I'm making the eyes, I'm going to leave a little white inside to make it look like it's shining. Okay, one shine is upwards. Ah, it's okay. The nose also I'm going to leave a little bit of shine and then fill it in. Let me finish the ears. Mother ears, the same size. Oops, I don't want it to be too high. I'm going to now erase off all the pencil lines. You don't do that because what's going to happen if you erase the pencil lines is the crayons are going to smear. Okay. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the line that separates the polar bear and the ground and the sky. So just going to add a line here and a line here. It's not like a continuous line. You don't draw on top of the bear. Now, I said we need a pencil. Remember, I said we are going to use the pencil. Now let's add some shading to our bear to make him look more three-dimensional. So I'm going to go around the bear and then I'm going to make small lines like this. Small lines, lightly, okay? Same thing on this side, on top also. If you want, you can turn this around. Over here too. Okay, now around his head. So this will make it look like there is more depth. Let's add some more here. I'm making a U shape to show his belly, like a little fold. I'm going to make some lines around here and now over here also on top of the inside his ears. I'm going to now once you have all this, okay, here maybe a little bit under his mouth. See, once you add that, it's making it look a little bit more 3D. So, around his ears a little bit. This part also a little bit. Okay, so I went like that around. I made a light U here. I went on this side. I went around his legs like that. Maybe on either side of his this also. Okay. I'm going to do on this side. And I went around his mouth, the snout like that, then around his head, inside the ears. Got all that? So once you're done with all that, you're going to take your finger and then slightly, not slightly, put a little bit of pressure and do this so that you can't see the lines that much. The lines get blended. You need to press it down. So the shading, if you did with a sharp pencil, that wouldn't have helped. If it was like a little blunt pencil, that would have helped. Okay, don't make your polar bear look add more of the black lines, because the more you add, it will look like your polar bear is dirty. This is like the shadow. Okay, now I'm going to take my crayon, and then I'm going to take my white crayon. I'm going to put some dots. So what I'm going to do is here, let me show it over here. I'm going to put some dots like that all over to make it look like it is snowing. So see where all I put this? Okay. Yeah. So this we are going to do with the white crayon. That's why I showed you guys how to do that. You won't be able to see where I'm putting, but I'm putting pressure and I'm doing this. I will be painting on top of this, and then the paint is with watercolor, right? So the water and crayon, because it doesn't mix, it's going to show up. Okay, so that's enough of this. Now I'm going to take my water. I'm going to take my watercolor, and I'm going to take purple this time. Okay, so the color is dry, not too dry, because I had used this for the last project, but for you guys it would be dry, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to wake the color. You're going to take a little bit of water and put it in purple. Purple is the color that we are going to use today, this one. And I'm going to now swirl my brush in purple like that, see, to wake the color. I'm going to put this water a little bit away so that I have space for my paper. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to start painting. So I'm going to paint from side to side. If your brush is dry when you're painting, what you need to do is you need to dip in water and then take a little bit more paint and then continue with the painting. Dip in water, give your brush a drink of water, and then take more paint and then paint. Drink of water, paint. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a border or a fence around the polar bear. So when I'm making the fence, I'm holding my brush on tippy toes, making the brush stand on the tippy toes. I'm not painting the ground because the ground is covered with snow, so I'm going to leave it white for now. Maybe we'll add some blue on top. Okay, so once you are done making the fence, now it is easy to paint. You don't have to worry that much, right? So this way, each time your brush is dry, there is only a little bit of area to color because this is a humongous polar bear, so he's taking up all the space. So that is done. Maybe now what we'll do is I'm going to put this paint away just with water. The brush has some paint in it. Just with water, I'm just dipping in water. I'm just adding some color on what here. Okay, a little bit. It's like a reflection on the ground. Just water. And then we are done with the polar bear. So when you're done, let's see how we put this back. We're washing our brush, like sweeping the floor up and down, and then you're going to wipe it on the side, and then you're going to leave it on the side. Hope you didn't splatter the paint. In case you splattered the paint outside, you need to wipe it down. Otherwise, you're going to leave this open for some time for this to dry so that this doesn't get moldy. I'm going to put that aside. Okay, so what you are going to do is once this dry, you are going to take a picture. You're going to it would have been nice because always I forget to do this step. Always you're supposed to write your name on the art. How will you know who did whether you did or your brother or sister did the art without a name on the bottom, right? So the name on the bottom of the art would be a good idea. I always forget this. I don't know. In school, we always do this, right? But here, I keep forgetting because maybe you guys are not here to remind me. So you can write your name when this dries up, okay? You can take a picture of your art and you are going to email me your work. You can write your name and your room number and on the paper, okay? And then you are going to email me your work with your school name also, so that I know which school you are from too. Okay, so till we meet next time, bye bye.